Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful Saturday. Um, well, somewhat beautiful. It's a little bit cloudy here today, but it's warm and we are good because it's not freezing as it was 2 weeks ago here in Southwest Louisiana. So we definitely welcome the warmer temps. Soccer is up and going, and lots of activities, lots of people moving around, trying to clean up their ice damage on top of the Laura damage, Delta damage. So it's a happy spring day. Good morning, Connie. All right. I hope you have a cup of coffee handy. I wanted to do a quick live this morning as we get moving towards summer and after the busy week we've had. I think I've been negligent in providing you guys travel updates. I don't do winter well. So the week of cold, I was basically huddled up in a blanket in one of our rooms that we had a generator going because we had no power, no water. And so I just stayed huddled up underneath that blanket and had flashbacks of living in Alaska. Just bear with me. All right, so this morning I wanted to do a quick live just to give you guys some updates on what's going on in the travel world, what's going on with our agency. We have had a record-breaking week in bookings and requests this week. It was just astoundingly dry for 2 weeks, and then the bad weather hit, and as soon as it started warming up, it was like boom. I think people are just ready. Vaccinations are up. Our herd immunity is up. The statistics show that by the end of April, we'll be at over 70% of herd immunity. So that's a great response and great information for the nation, not just the travel industry. So everybody who's joining me today, I'm going to do a selection after the Jessica. Hey. Oh no, don't go to school. No. Anybody who's joining me today I will be drawing for this beautiful, huge 1 liter, 1.5 liter bottle of Riesling. It is one of my favorite wines. It's from Germany, and it's not quite sweet, but not dry. It's kind of in between. So it's a beautiful accompaniment to chicken, fish, or just sitting around and enjoying some time with friends. And that's going to be accompanied by these silicone wine tumblers. So you get the wine and the tumblers, and they're silicone, Connie, so you can't break them in case you win. So that's a sidebar there, my friends. So a lucky winner will win these this morning. And I'll choose that after we finish our live and I see everybody that's joined us. So, hey, Renee, Jenny, good morning. Good morning. We're glad to see everybody. Okay, so I'm going to get the bad news out of the way first, and then I'm just going to plow through all the great news. So the bad news is that the cruise industry has still extended pause of operations until May 31st as of right now. We're getting closer, but there's nothing that's going to be hitting U.S. waters, U.S. ports until after May 31st. Rumors have it that things will be starting test cruising because the CDC order requires test cruising to happen before passenger cruising. And once the test cruising has been approved by the CDC, then we can move forward with passenger cruises. So there are rumors that will happen in July. Rumors are rumors until I see fact. The proof in the pudding. It is just a rumor, but it is a very speculative, very common rumor that we're hearing right now. So let's keep our fingers crossed that those test cruising can start in June, July, and possibly start seeing some passenger sailings, in mid Q3 or early Q4 of 2021. I can tell you from our perspective, 2022 and 2023 are starting to sell out already. It's been absolutely crazy. Regent Cruise Line sold out their world cruise in one day. They opened it and it sold out in one day for 2022 and 2023. So just like astoundingly nuts. So people are ready. There's a lot of what we call pent up demand. We're ready. So the bad news is that there is no cruising going on until May 31st for the large cruise lines, until, there's been a pause of operations until that time. Some of the smaller lines, however, that do not touch U.S. ports will start sailing in June. Windstar announced this past week, and I shared that on our page, that they will start sailing in the Caribbean and in Europe, the Mediterranean, in June and July of 2021. So that is fantastic news. There's also some speculation that Mexico will be a new home port to start sailing sooner. That's speculation at this point, but it kind of falls in line with Royal's announcement that they have moved one ship to Barbados to do sailings out of Barbados, short sailings, 3 and 4 day. So that's new, and that's pretty exciting. So if you're interested in learning more about that type of cruise with Royal Caribbean, give me a holler and we'll look at that, because Barbados is absolutely gorgeous. I can imagine that a pre or a post in that area would be, fantastic. Okay, so that's the bad news, kind of bad news. The other part of the bad news is that Alaska, there is no cruising happening in Alaska and the New England coast this year. Anything that touches Canadian ports is not happening. There are some negotiations that Carnival and Royal and the other cruise lines are trying to do with the Canadian government and our government, there's a legislation that is in place called the Jones Act that requires the cruise ships to touch certain ports while they're sailing, including the Canadian ports, and that is where the stickler is. Does not mean Alaska is closed. As a matter of fact, they lifted their testing requirement almost a week and a half ago. So you do not need to test going into Alaska anymore. So land packages for Alaska are like on fire right now. People want to go to Alaska. They want to travel to Alaska. But that's the other part of the bad news. So let's get to the good news. The good news is that vaccinations are happening all over the country at, I don't want to say we're on task as far as the numbers go, because the weather that pretty much the whole country had during our apocalyptic snow wintergeddon here in the Southwest, well, the rest of the country was locked down with equally terrible weather. But vaccinations are happening, and it's increasing confidence in traveling. The other part of that is herd immunity. So herd immunity has been estimated by the end of April to be over 70%. So those are the things that people want to see so that they feel comfortable in traveling again. So how does that translate to the travel market? We're seeing a tremendous uptick in sales, both domestic and for the Caribbean, Mexico and the Caribbean islands. Just crazy uptick in sales. Now that's for 2021 travel. You can still travel in 2021. There's just restrictions on some of the places that you can go and how you travel. The 2022 market is booming, like astoundingly booming. Most of the cruise lines and a lot of our travel suppliers have already opened 2023 itineraries, and those are booming. So the pent-up demand is there. The downside of all this is, and especially in 2021, where some places are still at limited capacity, although Mexico just increased their capacity in Cancun, Quintana Roo Peninsula, they've just increased their capacity a couple days ago, and they downgraded from level orange to level yellow as far as COVID goes. So that's fantastic news. That means their capacity at the hotels and resorts can increase. So that's great news. So if you're thinking about traveling in 2021, I know a lot of my friends and my clients are last minute travelers. I feel like going somewhere this weekend. If you are planning a significant vacation, I'm talking 3, 5, 7 days or more in 2021, you need to get it booked. You need to get it on the books, especially if you're traveling to the Caribbean islands or Mexico, because capacity is it's not going to go up to 100% until we're past the pandemic. So capacity is still limited at hotels here in the United States. The more popular resorts, I've just done some preliminary searching in areas that are really starting to see some uptick. Key West, the Gulf Coast of Florida, the Atlantic coast of Florida, Gatlinburg, Branson, all those areas that are really, really popular for domestic locations. The resorts are filling up for June, July, August for the summer vacations very quickly. Flights are very nicely priced right now. So if you're looking to travel in 2021 and you're starting to feel comfortable about traveling, don't hesitate to get things on the books, because I think there's going to be some disappointment for people who, I want to go here and I want to stay here. Things are booking up fast. And just remember that down the line, if you're looking at 2022, we can't book flights more than 330 days out. We can't book resorts or hotels more than 365 days out. So just keep that in mind. But some of the land tours are opening their itineraries for their land tours. Okay, so let's just keep all that in mind. The other part of the good news is that change fees for airlines, pretty much across the board, change fees, not cancellations, change fees. So if you have a trip booked and something happens and you can't go, you can change that flight or cancel it and get a flight credit and then rebook. And most airlines have accommodated that. United has done away with their change fees permanently. So that is really terrific news, because airlines were the worst when it came to any kind of compensation for missed travel. So unless you had travel protection, purchased for your trip, you were kind of out of luck with air fees. So that it's terrific news. Of course, there's a limit to the time that you can use that air credit, but I don't think most people have had problems using their air travel. I had a training scheduled for Vegas in April, and unfortunately that got canceled. So I immediately contacted United, and I have an air credit now, that I'm sitting on, that I'm looking at some trips to use it on. Okay. So great news going on in the travel world. Great pricing. All the cruise lines have really stepped up their promotions. So that pricing is going to start to go up. And I'm not saying that from a pushy sales perspective. I'm saying that as fact. Prices are going to go up as demand goes up. So yeah, keep that in mind. We have been super busy. We have been quoting trips to the Caribbean, to Mexico. We've just sealed some trips to San Antonio, San Diego. It's been crazy busy this week, which we're not complaining, trust me, at all. We need things to be busy. We need things to get going. Connie, you need a Florida trip. Well, I think I know somebody who can help you with that. Um, for those of you who don't know, I used to live in Key West. We were lucky enough to be stationed in Key West for 3 years. A fantastic place to live, a great place to visit, and we've been quoting some Key West trips too. And I'm going to tell you, Key West is a small island, 7 miles square. So yes, there are a lot of hotels and there are a lot of, a number of resorts, but they book up fast, especially during the summer. That's the height. Holidays to hot places. Yes, Andrea, a holiday to a hot place. That's what people are looking for right now. My grandson told me he needed a holiday um, last weekend, and he wanted a holiday that had sand, and he was going to bring his sand toys and his brother and snacks and play and then come home. He's been watching some British TV, so a holiday was what he needed to have. Um, so Key West is definitely a popular destination. Any place on the Keys, Key Largo, Hawks Cay, just any of those places along the Keys. If you do the Keys and you have time, if you have at least 5 days, then I recommend that you fly into Miami or Fort Lauderdale and drive down. You take that drive down Highway 1 in a convertible and you will never regret it. It is one of the most beautiful destinations and beautiful drives you will ever do. So we've been very busy booking family trips, couples trips. It's been crazy good, busy. So, bear with us if you've contacted us and we're working on your quotes. We will be working with you continuously until we get just the right trip booked. Okay, so the trends are definitely Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, domestic locations. Arizona is also on the potential for, a lot of people overlook the Sedona, Flagstaff, Phoenix, Tucson area. Great location. Texas, you have wonderful places in Texas to visit: Fredericksburg, San Antonio, New Braunfels, Austin, Dallas area. So domestic travel is hot. Lots of people just want to drive to a location. For those of you who follow the page, a couple weeks ago, I went to, Connie, you saw him sneak in there. I went to a location on what's called the Forgotten Florida Coast, Cape St. Blas, and I absolutely loved it. It was about a 10-hour drive here from our location, but definitely worth it. It's about another 3.5 hours from Destin. Quiet. There are no mass production hotels. Everything is pretty much vacation rentals and private residences. The most amazing seafood I've had in years. It was absolutely perfect. Connie, we can make that happen. I'm dying to go back. I'm looking, at my time frames where I can go back. So if you're looking for a quiet place that doesn't have the mega tourist attractions, other than the beautiful water, the beautiful beaches, kayaking, fishing, paddle boarding, seashelling, shelling. I love to shell. Like, I'll get up and shell and walk the beach 2 or 3 times a day when I'm on the beach. I love shelling. And of course, I love anything water related. But Cape St. Blas is definitely a location that you might want to get with us to look at. Super, super fantastic, great food. The vibe is very quiet, very chill. So if you have teenagers that need constant stimulation, it might not be the location for you. But if you're looking for a more quiet couple or family vacation, it's called the Forgotten Coast, and it's called that for a reason. It's just phenomenal. So, get with us if you want to do that. Let's talk about our groups for a hot minute. So, I push groups for a reason. We love escorted groups. We love traveling with our clients. We love our job. We love what we do. We're passionate about travel, and we're passionate about traveling with our clients. So we have a number of escorted groups happening. I'm going to backtrack just a minute. A few weeks ago, Angie took a small group to wineries in Houston and had a great time. and we're going to be doing more trips like that to wineries, girls' trips to Houston, the Galleria, things like that. But we've just kind of been inundated with individual bookings, so we haven't had much time to get together and talk about where our next group trips, as far as just weekend trips are going to go. Our group trips. So Greece 2022 on the Celestial Experience. This is going to be the most amazing trip ever. It's a bucket list destination. I mean, I'm going to be hard pressed to come back from Greece. However, I was talking to my Celestial representative last week, and the ship is almost sold out. We have, I think, three more cabins in our group. But if you are interested in going with us in May of 2022 to Greece, I highly recommend that we get you on the books within the next couple of weeks, because that ship is going to sell out, and which is a great problem to have. It's a smaller ship, but I don't want our group not to have a full group. So please make sure, if you know anybody that wants to go, or if you yourself want to go, get with us soon. Ireland, July 2022. This trip too is going to sell out probably by the end of March. I would say in early April. We have 5 spots left in our group, and I've decided to offer. I have options. If we fill the group up, I have several options of amenities that I can provide the group. And the amenity, yes, Jessica is itching for this trip so badly. The amenity that I've opted to do is, if we sell the group out, if we have 9 people that go, including myself, I'm going to offer the amenity of a 5% discount of your tour fare for those people that are booked into the group. So, 5%, it doesn't sound like much, but it's going to be several $100s off of your package. So I think that's a great amenity. So we have our groups up for Greece and Ireland. They're on our Facebook page. You want to look there for information, or you want to get invited. I added, because I'm not doing enough traveling in 2022, last week I sealed a group with Emerald Waterways for a 11-day sailing down the Douro in Portugal. We're going to be going from Lisbon to Porto, all along the Douro, stopping at iconic ports along the way, doing winery tours, history tours. Just, if you haven't been to Portugal, you're missing out. And I chose this itinerary because it's so heavy in excursions and activities and sightseeing that you'll be able to do. Emerald Waterways, it's a small ship. I think it's 190 passengers on this very small, intimate ship. So we do have, that trip is open. I've not put it on our website yet, but I will be doing that over the next few days. And I'll be building a group for our Facebook page on that. So I'm really excited about that one as well. I love Portugal. I could definitely live in Porto and sip port for the rest of my life. Be happy. I like port. Windstar is our sailing with the Windstar windsurf. We started booking that for January 2023 a couple weeks ago. So that sailing, if you weren't able to participate in our live Zoom call with our Windstar representative, Melissa Nessison, you missed out. I'll repost the video of the windsurf and the sails going up at sail away time. It's going to be an amazing Southern Caribbean, St. Martin to St. Martin itinerary. That group is open for booking as well. And again, limited spacing, 342 passengers, 206 crew member, and space is limited on that ship. So book early. Terrific promotions going on that have been extended to March 31st, and our group can qualify for those, extra promotions that they're providing right now. So if you want to know more about that one, absolutely contact us. We have a event happening on Facebook right now with a little bit more information, and it is on our website as well. Yesterday, we opened up a sailing that we had to postpone from this July to next July. It's a back to school fun short Caribbean cruise on the Carnival Breeze. We have the group originally scheduled for the end of this July, but the way things are right now, just wasn't comfortable with taking that group out and keeping it on this July sailing because I really want it to be fun. I don't want there to be limitations while we're on the ship. So I've shifted that group to July 2022, July 28th through August 1st, 2022, and it's open for booking as well. Great pricing. Group amenity is $25 onboard credit per cabin, which can increase if we book the group out. So that group is open on our website as well. So those are all escorted groups. That means one of us, at least one of us on our team, on the GWTA team, myself, Melissa, Angie, or Loretta, will be escorting one of those groups. Does that mean that's the only groups that we're going to be doing? No. As we see travel opening and things starting to spread, we'll be building some more groups. Those are the groups that I know I'll be accompanying. So come with us, make it happen, share it with friends, get some people together. I'm super excited. I have a friend from high school coming on the Windstar cruise. I have friends that are coming from Army days, and one of my local friends coming on the Ireland trip. The Greece trip is full of friends and family. The Carnival trip on the Breeze is going to be family and friends. So just because we're providing an escorted group trip doesn't mean you have to spend every minute with the people in that trip. So don't get scared when I say escorted group. That just means that we have held space and locked in pricing at the promotion rate or the lowest rate possible for that particular group, because prices change, things go up. That's why we take out group space, is that we can lock in that great pricing for our clients and provide extra amenities. And then if we're escorting the group, you get a little bit of home coming with you, and a little bit of knowledge expertise, hopefully, on the product, the supplier, the area that we're going to. So Ireland is a new one for me. I've been to Portugal, and I toured Portugal 2 years ago and just was blown away, and really am dying to do it again. So come with us, join us. Okay. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? I know I'm hoping there's still a couple of you on here. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to PM us, shoot us an email. I'll put my email in the comments. You can check out our website. I'll put that in the comments as well. We're just saying, this has been a tough year. This has been an amazingly freaking tough year. And I'm not gonna lie, a couple weeks ago, I was feeling the low. No bookings, no inquiries, just but I think we're seeing the upside of that. We're seeing the backside of that downtime. I'm seeing on Facebook in our cruise planners group that people are selling amazing things right now. So lastly, I just want to close with March 12th and 13th as a time to follow our page if you're not following it already. I'm heading to St. Lucia. I know the things I do to, provide my clients great products, I have to sacrifice. I'm going to Sandals Grand St. Lucian March 11th to March 14th for what we call a familiarization trip. It is work. So, you know, when you see me travel to locations, I'm not on vacation. I haven't taken a real vacation since the end of 2019. I'm there to explore the area, to take notes, to see which clients would fit for this particular product. It's a work, you know, I'm not going to say I'm not enjoying myself, but it is work. So I'm taking this familiarization trip with sandals, March 11th through the 14th, on the 12th and the 13th. I'm not sure which day. Wendy, how are you? We were just talking about Cape St. Blas, so I'm sure I'm going to be contacting you soon. I'll be doing a live from location, from St. Lucia, from the Sandals Grand St. Lucian, sorry. I'll be doing a live. The sacrifices I make, I know, I try. So I'm really excited about that particular fam. I've never been to a sandals location, so it is a premium product. You know, when you talk about all inclusives in the Caribbean, it doesn't get any better. Sandals holds the bar. So I'm taking Renee. I would love to take you. You know, we could swim and test out all their pools. So keep an eye out for that. And I hope you join me for that live while I'm in St. Lucia. And I'm looking forward to that. You know, really, I think there'll be a couple more FAM opportunities coming up in the next few months. We all need to become familiar with St. Lucia. Yes, Rhonda, it does sound nice. So, you know, I'm actually quoting St. Lucia in the next couple days for a couple that have contacted me for St. Lucia. So it is a beautiful location. The Caribbean islands are open. You know, I know most of you know that most of the locations require you to test going in. The requirement now for international travelers as of January 26th is that you have to test coming back into the US, except for from the US Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. So keep that in mind. And you also don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands, the US Virgin Islands. Luke says hi to Oma. Bless my little Luke. So just keep that in mind that if you don't have a passport right now, you can still travel to the Caribbean. You can go to Puerto Rico and the US Virgin Islands. I had clients in St. Thomas at the beginning of January and they had an amazing time. If you don't have a passport, get your passport. Put that in the works now. They are taking a long time for turnaround. Even renewals are taking anywhere from 10 to 14 weeks. So if you need help getting your passport, I'd be glad to help you with that. You can even come to my office and we can sit down together and do it in one day, minus the picture. So please, you know, let me know if you need help with a passport. That turnaround time is significant right now. So if you need a renewal or you need a new one, it's time. Even if you're thinking months down the line to travel, do it now. Okay, I think I'm done rambling for today. I'm very excited that you guys joined me this morning. This is the most people I've had on the live in a while. So I'm excited to see everybody here on a Saturday morning. I know we all have soccer and basketball and other things going on. So thank you for joining me. I am going to do a quick drawing. If you just hold on tight while I've got everybody on the line, I'm going to do the drawing for the bottle of wine and the glasses. Just hang tight. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I'm letting it grow out again because my curls were itching to come back. So I am letting it grow back out. All right. Does anybody have any questions while I get our drawing together? because if you don't, or you just want to shoot me a message, that's fabulous too. Wendy, if you win the wine, you'll have to meet me in Cape St. Blas, and I'll deliver it personally, right? Okay. I'm just doing it by name, putting everybody's name because I don't have time to punch it all into. All right, mixing it all up. All right, here we go. Renee Fontenot, my friend from Moss Bluff, you have won the bottle of wine and the silicone wine coolers, wine tumblers. I'll get together with you. I'll send you a text and come down to Moss Bluff and deliver those in person. Kelsey has a great question. What other sandals locations are there? There are multiple locations in the Caribbean: Antigua, Barbados, Jamaica, I'm drawing a blank, St. Lucia. There was rumors that there was going to be one in Aruba. We can meet in St. Lucia or Belize. Yes, Wendy, let's do it. Yay, Renee. I'll text you and we'll get together at some point and I'll deliver that wine to you. Kelsey, I'm glad to send a list of sandals locations to you. Jamaica, there's some beautiful ones in Jamaica. Jamaica has actually the most sandals resorts in the Caribbean. Pick up the wine in St. Lucia. Okay, yes, you need to get that passport, Renee. Antigua has several beautiful sandals resorts. As a matter of fact, when I stayed in Antigua, the villa that we stayed in was up on a bluff and we could see the sandals resort right there on the beach. It was beautiful, absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys. Appreciate y'all very, very much. Thank you for being a client. Thank you for following our page. Invite some friends to like our page. We're just sitting right under 700 people, and I know we can push that up. So, you know, invite people to share and like our page, follow our page, because a lot of the updates that we provide on our page are very relevant to your travel and to your travel questions. I post links for articles and things like that that are happening in the travel world frequently, so that our clients are educated about their travel plans. And again, if you're not comfortable traveling yet, so be it. But if you're thinking about planning travel for the future, now's the time to do it while pricing is still relatively good, and availability is there. So Renee, I will text you. Congratulations. Wendy, Connie, Rhonda, Jenny, Kelsey, Andrea. Kelsey and Andrea, I'll see you in a hot minute at the soccer game. My grandsons have soccer games today. Oh, my friend Connie just texted me. She said she put me on the big screen. Fabulous. At least I wore my good cruise planner shirt today. Wearing the logo. Love our cruise planners. All right, y'all have a great Saturday. Have a fabulous day. Text me at 226-5650 if you need any travel goods, and I'll peace out and look for me in St. Lucia. I don't think I'll do a live until after I get back from St. Lucia, but you never know. You know, there might be something rocket explosive happening in the travel world in the next 2 weeks before I roll. So peace out. Have a great Saturday. Have a margarita or two tonight, and thanks all for joining me this morning.